Hello, welcome to Blind Otter Studio. Greg Coe here, and we have another installment of Song Spotlight at Blind Otter Studio. Today we have with us Ryan Eastridge. How you doing, Ryan?
Great, thanks, Greg.
Awesome, good to have you with us today. Ryan is a local singer, songwriter, and musician, and he's done actually quite a bit of recording here in the studio, and he's got a project going right now. But Ryan's got our song spotlight for the day. So Ryan, tell us a little bit about the song.
Well, my song is called House Fire. It's kind of a double entendre. The house fire part, it's about the on the surface it's about a house fire burning down, but if you listen to it, it's really about a relationship on its last legs, and it's like a house fire burning down that you don't want to go back into, because if you do, you're probably going to die.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I love that part. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think it takes a couple times listening to it before you kind of figure out, like, oh, there's a double meaning here. But I started on it about 5 or 6 years ago, and the riff I started. It just came from jamming with some buddies down in Brumley Gap, and I said, "Dang, that's a cool riff. I need to hold on to that."
Oh yeah.
And then it took about a year, I guess, for me to put lyrics to it. But then. And then I was still taking my time. I said, this riff is sweet. I've got an idea, because the idea came to me. I'd heard somebody say the phrase, not to me, but I remember thinking this could probably apply to me. But they told somebody, you need to get your house in order. And I was thinking, I kind of need to get my house in order too, I think.
Yeah.
And then I said, I feel like my house might be burning down a little bit. And then I thought, oh, dang, that's a song idea right there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take my time with it. I didn't want to rush it.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of times when you rush a song, it doesn't turn out so good. So you want to take your time with these kinds of things. And so I let it marinate for a little while. And so I remember I wrote in my notebook just ideas. And one of the ideas I had was like going back into a house to try to save your friend. When you do that, you run the risk of killing yourself.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I need to write that down. And then I had a couple more ideas. And then just one day, I remember coming up with, I think it needs a simple chorus. I need to kind of have a lot of details in the verses, but the chorus needs to be simple, so it'll stick into the listener's brain. And so one day I was just playing the riff, and it just came to me all of a sudden, this house is burning down. I said, this house is burning down. And I said, that's all you need right there.
Oh yeah.
And so I think I came up with a couple more lines, and then I wrote the song in about a day, I think. But I'd been marinating it about, I guess, 6 months or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the songwriting process that I took. I wanted to take my time with it and make sure I really had something that would punch as hard as possible.
Yeah. I like the way that you wrote your ideas down in the notebook, and just kind of, then you could go formulate the song from those.
Well, I was kind of, this morning when I was getting ready to come here, I was kind of thinking about it. House Fire and a handful of other songs that I wrote around that same time, I kind of feel like got me to where I'm at today. Because I think I started out songwriting when I was like 17 or 18.
Right.
And I think my approach was always just winging it, off the cuff. Like if inspiration strikes, it strikes, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And so I would a lot of times try to force myself to write something, I guess, to kind of prove to myself that I could still do it. And I remembered when I did that, I was not as happy with my work as if when I just let it come to me naturally.
Right.
And so it was House Fire and a couple other songs that I've played at the songwriter circles before that I just took my time with it, and I kind of wrote, like I did with House Fire, I wrote them down in my notebook, just different ideas that I would have for the song, and I'll just sit on it like a hen hatching an egg.
Oh yeah.
And eventually the egg hatches, and you've got a chick. You've got a brand new song. And so it was that song and a few other songs that I'd written that I think kind of unlocked a new way of thinking inside my brain. Just let it come to you. Don't force it. Let it come to you.
Yeah, that's cool. So as far as the recording process, now you had the song, you had it ready to go. Did anything change with the song as you started to record, or how did all that transpire?
I think there were some changes, but not really like changes structurally or anything that compromised the integrity of the song. All the changes were positive.
Yeah.
And when we started on the song, it was my brainchild, I guess, and I think you had added a couple ideas And then Maria Glazer, my songwriting partner, she added some harmonies to it, and it just transformed the whole song. I felt like so once you put your magic on it and Maria put her magic on it, I felt like it really turned into a whole new song, and that it sounded better than I'd even imagined it. And so as far as the recording process went, I was really surprised because it's a simple song. It's 3 chords, you know, and then but I think that basic structure gives a lot of room for building blocks on top of that.
Right.
And that's what you and Maria did, I felt like, and it really turned it into a beautiful piece.
Well, cool. Well, I definitely like the way it turned out. In fact, we will listen to it now.
Let's
listen to House Fire by Ryan Eastridge.
They don't know how it started, all they know is that it did. Now they're asking who done it. It was probably a couple kids who didn't know what they were doing. They just wanted to have some fun. Then it got a little too hot, and it's too late to hide, not too late to run. This house is burning down. All we can do is just wait it out. It's burning down. Oh, stop me if I try to go back in. They said it started in the bedroom, but they don't know exactly how. But the flames are getting higher, and the walls are coming down. She was screaming, God help me, but they knew there was no one there. But they closed their eyes anyway. The flames were just too much to bear. This house is burning down, and all we can do is just wait it out. It's burning down. Oh, stop me if I try to go back in and try to find my friend. No matter what I say, don't let me go back in. This house is burning down. All we can do is just wait it out. It's burning down. Oh, stop me if I try to go back in.
All right, that was House Fire by Ryan Eastridge. And Ryan, why don't you tell us where we can find it? Because it's already released, right?
You can find it pretty much anywhere on the internet. Yeah, we released it a few months ago in December. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, pretty much anywhere you can get music. It's on an EP called Love and Other Destructive Forces. So look out for that. There's a few other songs written by my friend Maria Glazer. And we hope you guys like the song.
Oh, yeah. So go check it out. Purchase a copy. Support a local artist.
Please do.
Yeah.
Pay my rent for me, would you?
All right, so that was another episode of Song Spotlight at Blind Otter Studio. That happened to be House Fire by Ryan Eastridge. And until next time, we'll see ya.